First of all, you need 3 canes, all the same length. We'll make a start by just tying an ordinary knot round all 3. Tighten it up. About 4 inches from the top. Once you've done that, intertwine the string around the top parts of the canes. This makes the joint more flexible. Otherwise, when you part the legs at the bottom, if it's just one strand, it tends to snap. So intertwine it like that, and you'll see in a moment when I tie it that I don't swear. See? Make it good and tight, because obviously you don't want it coming apart when it's full of beans. This is the first time I've tried this really, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a success. Notice how nice and neat I am, trimming off the bits, the ends. Once you've done that, I'm putting these in a container, so you need to spread out the bottom 3 legs. Try and get them even, and then gently ease them down. With this being a bucket, narrow at the bottom, it forces the canes inwards, I'm afraid, but in the ordinary ground you won't have that problem. Then just make sure it's reasonably vertical. Right, we're ready for the next step now, which is to start at the bottom, about 3 or 4 inches up. It's up to you really, and tie the first layer of string. It's pretty easy to do. It's a bit awkward when you first start, but you only need to do 1 knot. Don't, because you'll see later why it can't slip down anyway, the canes. So just do 1 knot like that. You don't need to do a double one. Try and keep them reasonably even. They don't even have to be tight. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit slack. Then once you get back to the first cane, use the tail of the first knot and just tie them together. I do a double knot on the last one. And then see how neat I am. Trim it off again. You do that until you get right to the top. I should space them about 3 or 4 inches apart each layer. And as you can see now, I'm up to, this is the last one. It's a little bit tight, this one, but I find this quite therapeutic. If you sat down and you've got the bucket in front of you, it's just keep twisting it round, and it's quite easy. Back round again to the last one, and then use the tail of the first knot that you tied to finish it off. Cut off the excess, and there you have it. Now the next bit's important. Tie a long piece of string round the top above the joint so that it can't slip down. Do a double knot on that one, and then let the string hang down right to the bottom, and then it's just a matter of going down each layer and making what I suppose is like a fishing net knot. It's quite easy this, just push it in like that with your nail, if you've got a nail, and do the next one. And it's just a matter of carrying on then right to the bottom. See, it's quite easy. I quite like this bit. As you can see now, I'm nearly at the bottom, I make a bit of a mess of this one. I don't know it. They got the string wrong, as you can see. It won't push off. It doesn't matter though if it's a little bit loose. And it's these downward portions of string that stop the whole thing from sliding down the canes, particularly when they're full of beans. They'll be quite heavy. I'm getting in a bit of a knot here now. Excuse the pun. And it's just a matter of going down. That's the next to the last one. Once you get to the bottom, just trim off a little bit. And then when you've come down all three sides, this is how it looks. Got the sweet peas in, ready. The problem is the blow over. They're dead easy blow over when they're full, particularly if they're full of beans. They're top heavy. If they're in the ground, you don't have that problem, but they will blow over. So I use clamps, as you can see. If you clamp three together like this, it's almost impossible now for those to blow over. The clamps are about £1 each.